Adam Project begins in 2050, where at this time, human civilization and technology have become increasingly sophisticated with various extraordinary achievements such as space and time exploration. At that time, a man named Adam Reed was flying a jet to escape the attack of the fighter planes that were chasing him. Although the jet he was riding was damaged by being shot, he opened a time portal and used the opportunity to go to the past. The scene changes to 28 years ago, in 2022, when Adam was 8 years old. That day little Adam got into trouble with his friend at school because he had made fun of his friend. With his small body, he could not do much other than receive a beating from his friend until his nose was bleeding and he was called to the principal's office. His mother, Ellie Reed, scolded him because he had repeatedly gotten into trouble at school and had to be repeatedly called to the principal's office. However, little Adam still ignored his mother's words because he still felt sad and frustrated because his father had passed away a year ago. Since his father's death, he has continued to be stubborn and often creates problems to get the attention of his mother, who is currently busy at work. That night when little Adam was playing video games accompanied by his dog named Hawking, suddenly the electricity went out, and there was a very loud banging sound. As Hawking continued to bark into the forest and ran towards the back of the house, he immediately followed Hawking. In the middle of the forest, he saw many trees that were damaged by fire from something from the sky, but he still couldn't figure out exactly what caused the trees to burn. When they came back, little Adam heard a strange sound from the direction of the barn, and he decided to check the source of the sound. When he entered the warehouse, he found a man injured by a bullet in his stomach. He still didn't realize that the man was Adam from the future and was surprised and confused because Hawking was very obedient to the adult version of Adam. Next, we will continue calling the adult version of Adam as Adam and the younger version as little Adam. Adam replied that he was the one who had given the name Hawking to the dog, and he also said that he was not a bad person, so he would not hurt anyone. After that, he went into the house to get drinks and a medicine box to treat his wound. Little Adam was surprised because everything about him had a lot in common, such as wearing the same watch, wounds, and habits. Adam also explains that they have so much in common because they are the same person, and he comes from the future who was accidentally thrown into the year 2022. After that, Adam invites the little Adam to the middle of the forest to activate the time travel plane, which can only be activated using a DNA key. Because his hand was injured, he couldn't activate the jet, while little Adam could easily activate the plane with one touch. After the initially invisible jet was active again, they immediately boarded the plane to check the condition of the aircraft engine. With the help of little Adam's fingerprints, Adam then activated an automatic repair program for the jet to repair itself. While waiting for the automatic repair process that took a whole day, he decided to stay in the warehouse for a while. Before returning to their house, little Adam asked many questions about what if that incident could change the future and create a new multiverse. He replies that the multiverse only exists in fictional films and never actually occurs in the real world. In the evening, when Adam resting in the barn, he continued to look at the photo of his wife, Laura Shane. Then when his mother returned home from dinner with her boyfriend, he quietly watched his mother from a distance. He misses his mother very much because his mother died a few years ago. The next day, when his mother left for work, Adam took little Adam to the pharmacy to buy medicine. Before they leave the house, he tells little Adam that he originally wanted to go to 2018 to meet someone, but due to a technical error, he was thrown back to 2022. When Adam bought medicine at the pharmacy, little Adam accidentally met his classmates who had always bullied him. He saw little Adam being beaten by his classmates, but he did nothing or intervened. He asked little Adam to be braver and fight back against them so they would not continue bullying him. Even though he had doubts, little Adam tried to challenge his classmates to a fight, but it turned out that he fell and couldn't give any resistance at all. Adam felt so guilty and angry at little Adam's classmate that he threatened them and asked them never to hit him again. When he arrived at the barn, little Adam accidentally locked the door and didn't let Adam enter because he was still annoyed he had let him be beaten by his friends. Adam sat in front of the door and apologized to little Adam because he only meant to encourage him to be stronger so that he wouldn't be bullied all the time. After that, little Adam showed a photo of a woman to Adam and asked who the woman in the photo was. He replied that the woman was his wife, who had been missing for a long time after she had an accident while trying to time travel to 2018. The next night, Adam goes to a nightclub that his mother frequents. At that moment, he drunkenly told her that even though her child is currently stubborn and unruly, her child still really loves her more than anything in this world. On the other hand, a fighter plane carrying an army led by a woman named Sorian is on a quest to find his whereabouts. The next day when Adam and little Adam had breakfast together, Adam told how he met Laura for the first time. He said that when he entered his first year of college, he accidentally met her, who came to the wrong classroom at that time. Then he offered to take her to the classroom where she was supposed to go. And since then, they started to get closer. After that, Adam told little Adam that he suspected Maya was the mastermind behind Laura's accident. Hearing Maya's name, little Adam immediately recognized the person he was referring to because Maya was their father's work partner when their father was still alive. Adam also explained that in the future, Maya managed to rule the world because she managed to develop a time-traveling machine based on the time-traveling algorithm their father had created. The suspicious death of their father made them think that she had killed their father to seize the algorithm and enrich herself. Not long after that, Maya's armed forces suddenly appeared with a fighter plane over their yard so that even Adam had to fight against them all. Fortunately, when the fighter was about to shoot him, someone from the direction of the forest suddenly appeared and destroyed the plane. It turned out that the person who had saved him was Laura, and they began to work together to fight the armed forces. Before explaining anything to him, she asked Adam and little Adam to get in the car and go somewhere safer. After they managed to escape from the pursuit of armed forces and arrived at an old house, Adam immediately asked Laura how she suddenly disappeared while traveling to 2018. She then explained that she found suspicious information about a time traveler from 2018. However, in 2050, there was no record of a time traveler that came to 2018, so she also wanted to investigate the irregularity. After investigation, it turned out that the person who came from 2018 was Maya, and the reason she came that year was that year was the year the Magnetic Accelerator project was launched, which became the forerunner of the time travel machine. She deliberately came to 2018 to kill Adam's father, Louis Reed, so that she could take control of the time-traveling patent and enrich herself. Laura also said that the person who had damaged her plane was Maya, so she could not return to the future. After that, Laura advises Adam to go to 2018 so that he can thwart Maya and change the future that she has ruled. He rejected the idea because it could change the future so he would never see Laura again. But she tries to convince him and tells him that memories in the present can create vibrations in the brain in the future so they can feel déjà vu. During the debate, the alarm at Laura's house suddenly sounded and signaled that Maya's armed forces had arrived at their place. She also forces Adam to go and complete their mission because his plane can only be activated by his DNA, while Laura will try to distract Maya's troops. Although Adam initially found it hard to leave Laura, he was forced to leave to complete his mission and save the future. While she was continuously firing bullets at the enemy, Adam and little Adam went into the middle of the forest to the location of his time travel plane. On the other hand, Maya was annoyed that she couldn't find his whereabouts, so she ruthlessly killed Laura. Moments later, when Adam and little Adam arrived in 2018, they immediately met their father teaching lectures on campus. He then told Louis they were Adam, who came from the future in 2050 and 2022. At first, he did not think that the time travel algorithm he created could create a time travel machine, but he felt angry with them because they were not supposed to go back in time and change the future. Adam then tells Louis that Maya has sabotaged the past and changed the future so that she can rule the world in the future. But Louis didn't care about that and said that his actions at that time were wrong because changing the present could affect the future. At the end, Adam again forces Louis to help him thwart Maya's plans, but Louis insists on refusing. He later said that Louis was so obsessed with science that he neglected his family and made his son feel lonely. Elsewhere, Maya from the future has also time traveled to 2018 to meet Maya from 2018. The next morning, when Louis had breakfast with his family, he asked his wife if he was not a good father and often ignored little Adam. She denies this and says he is a great father, and his son does not need a perfect father because he only needs his presence. At the same time, Adam takes little Adam to a laboratory where Louis and Maya work to destroy the magnetic accelerator that became the forerunner of the time travel machine. When entering the laboratory yard, he fights Maya's armed forces with the help of drone weapons controlled by little Adam. After successfully defeating the Maya troops, he was almost hit by a car belonging to Maya's troops, but he was saved by another car driven by Louis. Louis then says that he will help Adam to thwart Maya's plan. Louis also tells him not to destroy the magnetic accelerator machine but to seize the time travel algorithm's hard drive, because if the hard drive algorithm is still owned by Maya, she will still be able to create time travel machines repeatedly. Louis also helps him to enter a special elevator that can only be accessed using a staff ID. After Louis and Adam arrived at the magnetic accelerator engine room, they immediately took the hard drive installed in the machine. But unfortunately, old Maya and young Maya suddenly appeared and took little Adam as their hostage. She threatens Adam to hand over the algorithm's hard drive to her, or if he refuses, she will kill little Adam. But Adam refused to hand over the algorithm's hard drive, so Louis and little Adam became annoyed. They were arguing, so the chaos caught Maya off guard, and she lost focus. Little Adam used the opportunity to escape from her hands and made her shoot the magnetic accelerator machine. Because of that shot, it started to malfunction and attracted all the metal objects around it. Adam and little Adam fight against Maya's troops while Louis tries to stabilize the machine again. When Adam saw little Adam being beaten by one of Maya's troops, he became angry and immediately beat that man. He stabs that man until he is thrown into a time travel and causes machine damage that is getting worse. At the same time, Maya pointed a gun at Louis after realizing that the machine was beyond repair, but he insisted on not handing over the hard drive to her so that it made her shoot a bullet at him. However, due to a very strong magnetic attraction, the iron bullet suddenly turned and hit the chest of the young Maya and killed her. As a result, the old Maya also disappeared because she would never be in this world if the young Maya had died. Adam, little Adam, and Louis immediately left the room. Upon arriving at their house, Louis realized that the two Adams would disappear because they had changed the future. Before they disappeared, he apologized for making them sad after he died, and they hugged each other tightly. After that, Louis invited the two Adams to play by throwing a ball together in their yard. At that moment, Adam asked little Adam to always take care of their mother and to always make their mother happy. Not long after they played ball together, they suddenly disappeared because the future had changed. 4 years after the incident, in 2022, little Adam felt something and hugged his mother very tightly. 15 years later, while Adam was taking his first lectures on campus, he met a woman who accidentally walked into the wrong classroom. He also offered to take the woman named Laura to her class, and since then, he has fallen in love with her. The film ends.